Hello, everybody. Welcome to our show today in English with the attorney Margaret W. Wong, which is the one of the most important attorneys in the United States for over 40 years, working on this field of the immigration. And today is the first show in English for this year, 2022, and we are excited because there are some new stuff coming up our way, and we need to be informed about what's going on in this immigration field. So, what could be best than asking the question to the attorney that has many answers because she has a lot of experience, and also she works with some other attorneys that are supporting her and keeping everything up to date, so that people can have an answer, but also helping thousands of families every single year, no matter the nationality. She will help them in their immigration needs. So please, let's welcome the attorney Margaret W. Wong, who is the head attorney of this law firm. Good afternoon, Ms. Wong. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, and good afternoon, and same to you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And this is relaxing for me. That exactly um, before lunch, or right after lunch, I have lunch after 1 p.m. So I'm good. But while some people are having lunch, they can be informed about what's going on with the immigration world. So, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with the immigration, the work visas, and other kind of visas? But uh, there's a lot of questions that people have in their minds.
Right. There are really two types of work visa. One is based on like asylum, which is C8 category, C9, which is a green card pending. So there's quite a lot of work visa based on family base or asylum base or WAWA, like a bill spouse base. But on the other hand, there is another type of work visa. You have the E2 work visa, you have the L1, E2, H2B, which is more the agricultural, A&E visa, which is the government, not for profit. Um, that's a G visa. So you also have the R is religious visa. S to STU, S is a snitch visa, T is an illegal transport visa, U visa is a victim's crime of victim. So there's a lot of types of visas. So it depends. The employment-based visa remains the same. It's getting very, very slow. So spouses of L1s, intracompany executives, and spouses of E2s, automatic work permit. That's a new law that just started 3, 4 weeks ago. Spouses of H1, as long as it's a extension, it's actually same with the other type. So there's changes on work visa, but more on the employment base. There's very little changes if actually not good changes is that work visa, even though under the law should be granted, is very slow. So if you have like the asylum work permit or the H4 spouse work permit, make sure you file it together. The H4, when your husband filed for the H1 extension, when you file the 539 to include the spouse and file the work permit together, if it's the first one, the second one, once you file it, then it's automatic for that period of time. So different laws are coming in, but right now the work permit is really slow. That's a problem.
No. Wow, and that's one reason that some people are getting in trouble. Miss Won, what happens if a person has a job and then the work permit is expired? What could happen with this person? Is this person going to be fired, or are there some other issues that they need to resolve?
That's when the conflict of the employer and the alien and the employee comes in. So, for example, is a H-1B. H-1B is the direct employee of the employer. So, if the H-1B extension is timely filed, that means you file it even one day before the extension. Then you could go ahead and work for 270 days without the extension approval. But if the extension is denied and the your unauthorized stay in America goes back to the expiration of the H1, so you're undocumented, illegally work for that 270 days. It's sort of a little bit complicated, you're right. So on the H4 work permit, if that expires, I do recommend you to stop working because if because even though you're allowed 180 days out of status or on an H case, you don't want to use it up on a family base. So, for example, I'm waiting for my mom to apply for me and I'm single, and I have a work permit. You're not allowed even one day of illegal work or illegal hire. So, absolutely, you need to stop working. So, it depends on how are you going to get the green card. On asylum, it doesn't matter because a receipt notice would give you a 180-day extension. So, it depends on what category and what type you work. But on asylum, it doesn't matter. You can work undocumented because it's very much an undocumented status to start with. But on employment base, it's better to stop work right away. Sometimes the employer, because there's such a big shortage of workers, even though they don't fire you, it doesn't mean that you want to illegally work because then the green card will be hurt.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And we're getting a lot of questions right now from our audience. So let's ask you the first question. It is hi, is the southern border already closed or is it still open? What is the easiest entry port to surrender
That's
and
a
be let
very good
in?
question.
Wow.
Yes, this is a southern border issue. Southern border right now is in a mess. I don't recommend you to come in now. The border is absolutely not open, especially with the virus. I mean, it's open for regular people to go in and out, for trucks, for stays. But I don't recommend. Not that of course, it's illegal entry. You're right. What port? It's better not to come illegally now because the remain in Mexico policy is still here. But because of the separation of families, America doesn't want that, so they still let you in. But there's a new law that just came in on new arrivals after May 28th and 29th of 2021. You could not, they're trying to deport us within 300 days. So a lot of these judges that really, because of there's more than 1 million cases in America that's unadjudicated in the court system, but they already have the directive from the attorney general saying that their priority is to try to deport or approve cases that came in after May 28, 29 of 2021, and put them as a priority. So my recommendation is try not to come now, maybe wait for 9 or 10 months and see how the border situation is.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And if you need more advice, please give us a call. The phone number is 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984. And the attorney Margaret W. Wong has offices in 9 cities of the United States: Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Memphis, Minneapolis, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And the phone number is 216 279 3984. Actually, if you need more updates and if you need to keep up to date, just go and check our website is www.imwong.com, imwong.com, and you will see all the information there. Also the YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, well, a lot of platforms, or you just can go to Anchor and you will find a lot of information from the attorney Margaret W. Wong. So please, if you need more information, just go to these channels or you can call 216 279 3984. Ms. Wong, the next question is how much do I need to pay in fees to file for my parents?
I presume you're over 21, a citizen of America, either naturalized or born. You don't really need to hire a lawyer. All you need to, if your parents are overseas, you need to go on the uscis.gov, file the I-130. All the instructions are there. I won't be surprised it's also in Spanish. Just follow instructions, file the I-130, and then wait for 6.5 months to 1.5 years. And if the parents are overseas, then you need to file the last third page on the I-130, put Mexico, Juarez, or Mexico City. If they're in whatever country they're from, put that country name in there. But if they're in America, put down wherever you live, like Cleveland, Ohio, Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. And then that's if the parents are in America and they entered legally, then you file the adjustment of status, which is the 485 form. 485. Go to the same website, print out the form, and fill everything in. 485, you have to be careful. On the form, they ask, how did they enter? On the form, they ask, are they your parents, spouse, child? So make sure you say parents, they're not your child. I have a lot of clients who got it mixed up. So as long as the forms are filed correctly, they will interview. In the olden days, they don't interview. Now they do because of Trump. I don't see a problem. You don't have to pay. If it's a simple, straightforward case, follow instructions. Everything is on the USDO, USDHS or UHCIS.com. I mean, USCIS.
Ms. Wong, and did I understand they don't need to do the I-130?
They
And they
do. If the parents are overseas, do the I-130, then the NVC, then the pay the filing fee, and then go directly for the interview time frame. If Mexico is about 2 years, they're very slow, but any other country, El Salvador, Brazil, because no more American embassy in Venezuela, I would say about 1.5 years. But if they're in America, you need to file more forms, which is in the Act of 485. In both cases, you need to file the I-130.
Okay, yeah, this
But if
person is
it's
adding.
right, if it's more complicated, then you should use a lawyer, and then I'll tell you the fee when I look at the case.
Yeah, they enter legally, and at the day 181, they file TPS. I presume they are from maybe Venezuela.
Good job. Which means that wait. If TPS left and arrived after August of 2020, you could not adjust status. If the left Americas before 2020, you could adjust status. But most Venezuelans came legally, so you may not be from Venezuela. Let me know what country you're from, and let me know when the parole was granted for the parents to leave and come back.
Okay, perfect.
But
Thank you
in the
so much.
meantime, any parole after August is another Trump thing. 2020 cannot, after August of 2020, can no longer apply for adjustment status. In the Sixth Circuit, there was a time you don't need parole. You could. Sixth Circuit is Tennessee. Yeah, it is complicated. Maybe do talk to a lawyer, but I can teach you here. I love my job.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And well, this we have another person that is asking. I came here from Canada and filed for asylum in 2004. My asylum got denied, and then I got married in 2013 with an American citizen. I applied for I-130, and that got approved in 2015. And since then, I'm paying fees to NVC every year. Is right now the good time to file a 601A waiver?
Yes, 100% file 601A. I don't know what happened. So you probably have a final order. You need the 212. I feel bad for you. So the 212 could have been filed prior to your I-130. And so you need the 212 now. And then with the receipt of the I-130 approval to NVC, you filed a 601A. This case, I presume you already have a final order because you said it was denied. I feel very bad for you. So you probably came in to America from Canada, undocumented. I don't know if you have a visa to go to Canada, but no problem. Do the 212 right now. 212, technically you don't need a qualifying relative, but you married an American wife. So, and then 212 sometimes takes 6 weeks for approval, but don't quote me, sometimes it takes 1.5 years. Once you get the 212, you attach the 212 approval, attach the NVC filing fee of $330, and now you file a 601A. The 601A filing is about $700.
So, Ms. Wong, for regarding to the last question, the prior question, this person is saying that they entered from Venezuela on December 2020, and then March the 8th of 2021, they were present here in the United States. So they filed for the TPS, but when they filed, it was 181
Right, no,
days.
no. TPS doesn't allow you to grant. So the question is, did they enter legally in December? If they enter legally, absolutely file I-130-485. If you enter illegally, then you need to, then you can get a recard, because I would not go back to Venezuela.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ms.
Okay.
Wong. And well,
So you were right, it's Venezuela, because Venezuela, you couldn't get parole because they just started TPS. How do you get parole on Venezuela TPS, you know? Yeah.
yeah. So this person, yeah, it looks like they entered legally, and
Oh, yeah,
then
then file 45.
I think a lot of people went through this, that they entered and then the TPS came up,
Right.
and they just stayed here for filing the TPS.
Good
So
job.
this
Good job.
is a good thing that many people could have done. And thank you so much. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. This other person says, I applied for asylum, then TPS came up. Now I am married to an US citizen. Is it bad for me to file for the green card, and what EAD should I use now?
TPS is it's a EAD. That's another thing. TPS is a work permit. Now it's automatic extension. So it depends if you, same question. If you can't legally had TPS, never left and come back, you can file for adjustment of status. If you have TPS, have been paroled before August of 2020, you could apply for adjustment of status. But aside from these two scenarios, you have to do a 601A.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And this other person is asking, hi, Mrs. Margaret. I entered on 2017 from Venezuela. I applied for asylum, and but my asylum was filed by a paralegal, just a person, a random person. My question is, because my asylum case is very, very bad. Can you help me do a good asylum, because I don't want to be in trouble for a frivolous application in the end? And how can I do that? And how bad is it?
No, it's not bad. And don't assume paralegals or notarios, they file bad stuff. Some of them, sometimes I think they're better than I am, because they're not controlled by the Bar Association. As lawyers, we're licensed by the bar. So because I'm licensed in New York, Ohio, Tennessee, Michigan, so I'm controlled by a lot of bars. As a member of the bar, we have rules to go by. It's just like real estate license, a union, we have rules. But as a paralegal, as a notarial, I'm not saying they're I love my band of brothers and sisters. We have our meetings, we have fun, we have a cocktail together, we complain about everything in the world, including our spouses, our children, our clients. So it's wonderful to belong to a group of like-minded colleagues. But on the other hand, paralegals, notarios, brokers, it depends on what country you're from. We call them different names, snakeheads. They're not controlled by any bar association. They're not controlled by any. So sometimes they could take risk. Now, I'm not saying risk is good or risk is bad. It's just they could do things that I could not do as a member of so many bars. And I was a former president of a bar association, federal bar. So I sort of really like what I do, and I don't want to lose my license, So don't, especially if you come from Venezuela in 2017, you are very educated, I think. And also you foresee Venezuela is going down. Actually, it was going down, but most people didn't see it because that's how Chinese are, because in the 1930s, we had the Opium War, but nobody left to China because they could have gone to Japan or Russia or Korea, but they didn't go because they figured, oh, everything will be good. In the 40s, Japan invaded China and then started to rape a lot of Koreans and Chinese women. And we still didn't leave because we kept thinking the country get better. So you were smart enough as a Venezuelan to leave for America in those days before Venezuela really went down. And you were right, Venezuela now is hard. So I don't think asylum is bad. I think it's a matter of doing the right thing. You can always amend it, but also don't forget to apply for TPS, because I really think ultimately TPS will go somewhere. So you have TPS, you have asylum. It's up to you. I don't mind. I would love to help you look at it, amend it. But another thing to do, maybe if you want to just save some money, wait for the interview. It depends on where you live. New York is totally behind because 2017 is when Trump came in. Biden didn't come until later. Trump started last in, first out sometime in 17, 18. So if you didn't have the interview yet, which I presume you don't, you're lucky, we can amend it now or we can wait till the interview. But we need to see how bad, how frivolous it is, because there are known agencies that immigration knows, because whenever we bring our clients for interview, they'll say, oh, this company, they do a lot of fraud cases. So before then, we need to tell them, oh, this company filed it, because they know it's on their blacklist. They know, we all know, because we are in the business, we're not stupid. So maybe we should amend it, but we want to see how phony it is, because there are cases that you don't want to, if it's not phony, don't say it's phony, because sometimes it's not fair, because everybody deserves dignity. And I don't think it should not be that bad, because 2017, by then, Venezuela started to go down.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And the phone number, don't forget, is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Ms. Wong, we know Omicron is out there, and, well, we need to make some changes sometimes, but do you have any idea of when you are starting to travel again anytime
Uh,
soon?
Now, because Ohio, Cleveland is so bad, the last 1 or 2 weeks we stopped meeting clients. So we have clients that flew into Ohio, and I can see them is in Toronto coming to Cleveland. And I said, I'm really sorry, so they're sort of staying in Toronto. We're talking from there. Tomorrow I am traveling to Columbus, Ohio, because Columbus is not that bad on this Omicron. But I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure actually that I could not travel to my next planned trip. I think it's in Chicago or Nashville. I think Chicago maybe was, I don't know. But right now, tomorrow is set. I'm still going to Columbus, but next week I'm not sure what we're going to do, because it's just every day is different now.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And well, we hope to see you very, very soon. People love you so much, Ms. Wong, so they want to see you face to face. That's the truth. And thank you so much for what you do. And the next question is: Hi, I applied for asylum and I got court date, but I don't have any proof. Immigration officers told me they give me proof. Otherwise, I give you deportation. What can I do? Please let me know.
Okay, so from your question, it seemed like you applied for asylum, you didn't get a work permit, or you got a work permit, but you didn't know of the court date, so it did not go. Now, immigration people told you that you're deported because you didn't go to court. I think that's the question. That's what we call an in absentia final order. If I were you, I would look at the FOIA from court and see if there's a return envelope, because it's after 1997 April, the law is we have the burden of proof to tell the government we change address. So so you need to look at it and see why didn't we go, did we give them the right address? Because in those early days, they don't have computers. Now immigration have all sorts of computers, so the A number is automatically, because in the olden days they'll give us wrong. A number, wrong at apartment A1, and they'll type apartment 1A. That's not right. Zip code instead of 44407, they'll type 44704. So now it's all computerized. So we have to look at what era is it, immigration era or our era, and see if you can reopen it. If you can reopen it, if you have children, then we can do a 42B. If you reopen it, and if you don't have 10 years, maybe we'll have to refile the asylum case, but we need to look at the file to see why if I'm answering your question correctly.
Thank you so much to Nidali Danani for this question. And please, we don't know in what city you are at, but for sure you can call the office, and the phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. And one more question, Miss Wong. I am from Senegal. I have been here for 27 years. Kids born here over 21, can they file for me?
It depends. If I remember, a lot of my Senegalese came to America legally in the early days. If you came legally, and they're born here and they're 27 years old, yes, they can file for you. The problem with from Senegal, from the part of the world, is that in those days, for example, I'm from Congo, then I'll file an asylum under another name, another date of birth, say that I'm from Nigeria. Or something. So if we have lied to the court, now it's hard to do a motion to reopen. And in those days, because I've been doing this for 45 years, they'll also say, I enter EWI, enter without inspection, but you actually enter with a tourist visa. So now we have to prove that we had lied. And then now we want to file for green card. But anytime there's a fraud case, you need a qualifying relative to do fraud. Children cannot give you a fraud waiver. So I need parents or spouse. I presume you don't have a parent or spouse, because if you would, they would have sponsored you a long time ago. So these are all issues that we have to discuss. Another way to do is file the I-130. If you have spouse or parents or green card, we want to leave the country and come back. But most of my Senegal clients, my African clients, they don't want to leave and come back because they never come back. Because those countries, they're like the American embassy, they all live in a wide world.
Thank you so much, Miss Wong. And the phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Actually, on the website, you can see that there is a new information talking about the work permit acceleration for people that are essential workers. So if you want to go there, just click on the link and you will be directed to the website iamwong.com, and you will see all the information that is concerning to you, because as just like me, we are immigrants and we want to be informed about what's going on in this world. Ms. Wong, this is a very, I would say, common question, but it doesn't mean that it's good. I used to have DACA, but I got caught carrying 10 grams of methamphetamines on 2016. Can I file again, or
I'm sorry. Anytime, and I feel bad for you. The only exception is less than 30 grams of marijuana, even though methamphetamine may be less than, there's no exception. So you don't qualify the exception. What I would like to do on this case, and I feel very bad for you, is look at the criminal record, get a certified judgment of the criminal record, get a copy of the transcript, and see if you have it's a first offender program. Because even if you are deferred or first offender program, because normally they give you 10 grams of methamphetamine. I mean, it's bad, don't get me wrong. I don't know why you're so stupid, but you did it. Now we have to face the consequences. First, get a certified judgment of the certified copy of the judgment entry. Second, get a copy of the transcript. Depends on what state you are in. Nashville is very difficult to vacate. Atlanta, there's hope, but it's difficult. Ohio, you have to give the 3 prongs. So depends. New York is a little bit easy. So depends on where was the conviction, where you're living now. New York, actually under the former mayor, they have a whole department that helps immigrants with criminal records to help them vacate and give them actually pardons. New York is awesome under who's a rich mayor, the rich mayor who wants to run for president also, but never declared, but he's awesome. So that's New York. So on your case, see if you can do a vacate. Also carrying, I don't remember under the code that's carrying this possession, use, abuse, um, distribute, sell. In the olden days, possession is always better than sale, and then it go down. Now they're all the same. Possession, even the 30 milligram of marijuana, it cannot be sell. It has to be only for possession. All right. So whenever it comes to drugs, it's difficult. But I don't mind looking at it for you and see if there's any way you can vacate. But if you're not from Ohio, you need to call a local lawyer, probably someone who's a little bit older, because normally they know the system, they know the judges, the prosecutors. These are cases where it's very discretionary because we already pled guilty. You couldn't just, in America judicial system, you couldn't go with, they want finality. State of finality is final. They want a judgment to be final. They can't afford for us to keep going in there. Oh, immigration wants that, so I want to reopen. So you need someone who sort of know how to do a motion to vacate, but you need to cite the law to give you, because it's also another few years past. But in Ohio, we do a lot of motion to vacates.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Wong. Today has been an awesome show. A lot of people asking questions, and some of them, or most of them, don't want to show their names on the show because of obvious reasons. But thank you, everyone, for sending us our questions through the inbox, and we're really really happy to ask Miss Wong about your questions. So, Miss Wong, I'll see you next week. I'm kind of sad because I was gonna see you in person on next Thursday, but I hope to see you very very soon here in Atlanta, or going to Cleveland, which we cannot travel for now. So we're good. We still work. We keep working, and people are still there waiting for something to happen. And thank you so much, Miss Wong. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And please don't forget that Miss Wong is available for a call. If you just give us a call to the phone number 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. She will be so happy to answer your questions, to receive your call, and she can even call you back. So please give us a call, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. It doesn't matter the city that you are at. You can just call to this phone number and they will help you out to get in touch with the attorney Margaret W. Wong. Thank you so much. Take care and see you next time.